Yeah.
What's up, guys? What is up? Welcome back to another episode of Deck Talk Podcast. And we have a fellow East Tennessee uh, MLF Bass Pro Tour angler with us. And we have a show for you. And if you cannot tell, he is out on the lake. And so we're going to enjoy this one. But before we get going, let's take care of some business. On the night, on the water with Firefly Marine, carbon fiber bow and stern light, telescoping USCG approved, no glare, fewer bugs, crystal clear visibility for safe epic adventures. See it all at fireflymarine.com and make sure you use discount code DECKTALK10. So, guys, we are stoked about this one tonight, and I've been looking forward to this. The podcast is going on 5 years, and Wesley's been one of them that has been on my bucket list to be able to get just because I enjoy watching him fish, and he is a fellow East Tennessee uh, fisherman as well. But guys, if you don't know, I'm Colin Burnett.
And I'm Pappy J. It's good to be back here on the podcast and getting to talk to our friends about some fishing and shoot. I'm stoked. I want to jump right into it because I'm enjoying the background right back there you got, and I seen that you had a little sidekick with you.
Yeah, the sidekick's dad just lost him about 3.5 pounds just now.
Yeah.
So, cheers.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Right,
no,
right.
no other way to start it,
He's
just
got one on. I'm like, that looks like a good one. He lost it.
so,
We just lost the
but
derby.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that'd probably be the one right there. So you've had an
Oh,
incredible
yeah.
long and consistent career in your professional bass fishing. What first got you hooked on the tournament fishing, and who were some of the biggest influences on your early journey?
Hold on. You cut out just a little bit. It kind of sounded like Maximilian.
All right, can you is that
go
better?
go and repeat it,
I
Bobby.
got you. It's just a little electronic malfunction. I got plenty of service. It's just I guess it's just in the connection or something.
Yeah. So you've had an incredibly long and consistent career in professional bass fishing. What first got you hooked on tournament fishing, and who were some of your biggest influences on early in your early journey?
So probably my dad's the one that really got me to bass fishing. When I was a kid, I just loved fishing. But about 13, the bass bug hit me when I was about 13, and Dad was a pretty formidable adversary here on Watts Bar and all the other lakes. He's probably one of the pioneers here on Watts Bar Lake on tournament fishing, and he's the one that introduced me to it. And man, I got real consistent when I was started. We had a high school fishing team, probably one of the first ones in the country, and our principal started it. And we didn't really fish against other schools, but we fished against each other in the club, and it just what one thing led to another. And a good friend of mine, James Knuckles, had taken me to. He fished. There was a tournament trail here called the Reader Chevrolet Bass Circuit, and he and me, I was going to college with him at the time. He was older. He's probably 10, probably 15 years older than me. And he had made the Reader Classic, and he needed an observer for the Classic. So is that what you did was you went and sat with another pro to make sure, they was all legit. And so I went and done that with him for one weekend. It was a 2-day deal at Cherokee Lake. And that's when I really knew, like, hey, this is what I really want to do. That's what I mean, I knew I wanted to do it, but that just confirmed it. And started fishing BFLs and, just was real consistent at. We started winning a lot here at the lake. And heck, I just jumped in full blast. I was working for TVA at the time, was kind of FLW just started. They just started fishing for like $100,000 and, uh, you know, working. I'm a lineman and God points you in the right direction. And
Amen.
about 3 times in 1 month, I about died, in electrical work. And man, I just wasn't happy. It wasn't that I didn't like my job. It just was miserable. Just it was just the people you were around. I like my guys that I work with. They were great guys, but just some rough stuff, traveling on the road, and knew that wasn't for me. And I came in one day and told Dad what I was thinking. I said, "Man, I'm really struggling at this job." And he goes, "What's the matter?" I said, "I'm terrified every day. I go to work. I have nightmares. I'm going to die and this, that, and that." He goes, "What do you want to do?" I said, "Well, I want to be a bass. I want to fish for a living." He goes, "Well," he said, "I'm 46 at the time, 40 years old at the time." He said, "I'm going to tell you something, Lance." He said, "Life's too short to be unhappy." And he said, "I'm going to tell you what you should do." He said, "You either try it and you don't make it and you can't look back and have any regrets." He said, "But I tell you this," he said, "you have to put all your energy and focus into what you're wanting to do." And that's what I did. And I asked the good Lord, just let me make a living doing what I love to do. And 26 years later, here I am on your podcast on Once Bar Lake, telling my story. So it's been an amazing journey, and I ain't ready for it to quit. I love every second of it. That's why I'm out here fishing a Monday night or a Tuesday night. I'm sorry, I get Monday and Tuesday confused, but that's why I'm out here fishing tonight, little buddy.
Heck yeah.
There you go.
Okay. So you've racked up over 40 top tens over 20 years on the FLW before moving to B.A.S.S. and now on the MLF Bass Pro Tour. What is the biggest lesson that you've learned about staying competitive for decades in the sport?
So it's all about you got to have something. It used to be you had to be a specialist, and what I mean by a specialist, you had to have something you was really good at, or that you could hang your hat on. That's what you did. But now, as the years have progressed, you have to be a specialist at everything. You have to be able to do everything. And I want to give a hats off to Larry Nix, because when I first started, Larry Nix, and I kept telling Larry, "Man, I can catch a limit. I just can't catch big ones." And Larry told me, he said, "Son, you just keep doing what you're doing." He said, "You just keep catching limits." He said, "The big ones will show up." And that's been the thing. Just like I'm gonna bring this up, it's probably a subject like the forward facing. I have dedicated the last two winters to just that's all I do is I go out and I forward face just so I can stay competitive with the younger crowd that's coming up, because if anybody knows they learn so fast, and they ain't as loose lipped as us old fellers are. They keep that stuff under their hats. They don't like to talk about it. So you got to get out there and learn it, and that's been my whole career. You just got to adapt and move on. And I probably one of the greatest things that one of the lessons I was ever taught was I've used to Dad went with me when we first started, and we fished a tournament circuit called the Hungry Fisherman Bass Circuit, and he's got one on. He just loaded a keeper. And we fished the Hungry Fisherman Bass Circuit. And so you had to fish pro on boater on boater. And I got to fish with a lot of great guys. Like I fished with Rick Gasaway. I fished with Jim Nolan, who was one of the reps for Ranger boats. Probably one of the reasons why I'm in a Ranger boat right now for 26 years. And so it learned me a lot. Like I got to see a lot of techniques, hands on, like being in the boat, watching it go down. Like Jimmy Nolan, I got to watch Jimmy Nolan sight fish. I'd never sight fished in my life, and Jimmy Nolan was like really good at it. And then Rick Gasaway, I remember we fished a classic at Lanier one time. Even in the classic, it was boater on boater, and it was at Lanier. It was in September, and I drew Rick Gasaway. He pretty much a legend around that, Lanier and places like that. Georgia, that area, that Lanier and all those other little lakes there, Hartwell and stuff. And I drew him, and I said, "What are you going to be doing tomorrow?" He said, "I'm going to throw a spinnerbait." I said, "A spinnerbait?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "We're going up in the dirty water?" He goes, "No, we're going down the lake in the clear water." And I'm like, "A spinnerbait in the clear water in the fall?" And I'm like, "That don't make no sense." He said, You'll see tomorrow." So we'd pull into a pocket, and I'm talking about a flat mud pocket, see the bottom forever. He picks up a double wheelbait spinnerbait, and dude, he's just throwing it out there, and he's smoking that thing to the boat. And I'm thinking, this guy's nuts. And about 20 minutes into it, he catches a 6-pound largemouth, and I'm like, oh, that's just luck. Well, a little bit later, he catches like a 4-pounder. So I asked him, I said, "Dude, what possessed you to throw that bait?" He goes, "Well, here's one thing." He said, "They either got to eat it or let it go." He said, that's what you do. He said, they either got two choices, bite or let go. He said, I'm either going to catch them or I ain't. And I was like,
Right.
there you go. So I got
Yeah.
my first lesson on clear water spinnerbait fishing. So all
Yeah.
those things just accumulated. I stored them up in my
Right.
little my brain that I can't hardly hold anything else in right now. But uh, that's how I learned. Just went fishing with. And I tell young kids, I said, dude, I know you like fishing with your buddy. I said, but you will gain more knowledge if you just go fish with somebody different all the time. I said, it's not to learn their spots, but it's to learn just little twerks and different things, that they do that will help you along your way. And in the same token, they'll learn something from you. So the more
Right.
people you fish with, the more you learn. It's not just you can watch a YouTube video and figure something out, or just watch, whether it's Bass Pro Tour or Bass Masters, whatever. You can watch those shows and see basically what everybody's doing now. But to get in the boat with somebody and watch it go down firsthand is a whole lot different than just watching it on TV.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you was talking about earlier that you've dedicated the past two falls to forward facing sonar to really home in your skills on that. And we all know, I mean, it's not something that you just turn on and the fish jump in the boat. I mean, it takes some getting used to, especially for an old lad like me. It takes me a minute, and I still really don't know what I'm. I mean, I can see them, but you know what I mean. It's something different. So, what's been the biggest challenge for you on the forward facing sonar?
So in the beginning, it was probably identifying bass. That's the whole thing with forward facing. Getting a bait and getting them to eat. It's not. I ain't gonna say it's that difficult. There's times when you can't get them to eat one, but the whole
Right.
thing is just spending enough time on the water, figuring out what's a carp, what's a catfish, what's a striper, what's bluegill, what's crappie. And dude, you pretty much know. Like if you and it ain't just one of those things you go out there and you pick it up. Because when I first got it, like, oh, there's a fish, and I threw it everything I saw, and it takes time on the water to be able to discern what's a bass, what's not a bass. And every place you go is different. Like you may go to a lake that has no strappers in it, and just about everything you see is a bass out in the middle.
Right.
And some people's taught me some things like if you go to lakes that have a lot of strappers in it, the bass really don't like to get far off the bank and get in the middle and chase stuff like that. They like to stay closer to the bank because a striper is a bigger predator fish. And the only other example of that is spotted bass. Now spotted bass will run with those strappers, but the largemouth they don't like to run with those strappers. Not at least what I've seen. But that's been the whole deal, is just figuring out what species of fish you're throwing at. And I can promise you this: if you come to Watts Bar in the wintertime, I guarantee you I can show you what a drum and a catfish look like right off the bat, because we catch a pile of them in the
A
wintertime. I think
lot
it's
of
the
them.
best drum lake in the country.
Yeah. They definitely a few of them musical instrument fish out there, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's also it's learning the characteristics of them too. Like you might throw at a catfish and think it's a bass, but there's certain things that catfish do. You'll know right away. Like just certain things they do, you'll know right away. And after you throw it a couple of them, they do it. You're like, don't throw at those no more. That's catfish.
Yeah.
So
So, so last week we had Dave Lefebvre on, and we asked him to, if he could ask you one question, what
Oh.
would it be? And so he said that his question is, uh, for us to ask you is, what happened to you as a baby? He said because somebody had to drop you on your head.
well, I don't know if it's getting dropped on my head, or the stuff we drink, and one of the two. I don't know. So he's just mad because he can't understand me. That's the only problem.
That we
I understand you perfectly fine.
That's what they don't understand. There's more of us than they are of them. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
right. I was about to say
Let's just go ahead. Let's just go ahead and do that north south thing again. I think it could be a different outcome.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I definitely agree. Definitely agree. So you're known for being consistent, and also your ability to kind of adapt as you're going. What is one of your favorite techniques or patterns that you kind of will go to if it's coming to a hard day that you're like, I'm maybe getting fish to bite, but they're not the size and quality that you're
Oh
wanting.
man, it used to be. I mean, let's like we talked about forward facing. So bank fishing's getting a lot harder now. They're getting a lot smarter. I think they get intercepted. Like here's my example. Like up north, they have ice over the water for a certain amount of time. The fish get a
Right.
break. Well, in the south, they don't ever get a break now. They're getting
Mhm.
pinged on out there in the middle. They're getting pinged on the way to the creek. They're getting pinged down the bank. So used to be, I like to, I love to flip a tube. That was one of my things. I just flipped a tube. I mean, and when
Yeah.
I needed a fish, I picked up a tube and I went flipping. I could just go flip one up. But anymore, I would have to say it'd have to be a chatterbait. Chatterbait, I keep thinking one of these days, well, they're going to quit biting a chatterbait, but they ain't stopped
Right.
biting it yet. I mean, like an
No.
Alabama rig, they've gotten a little bit used to the Alabama rig. You still catch some on it, but not like you used to. But they ain't slowed down on that chatterbait. So, I've figured out that a chatterbait's good year round. You can catch them in the wintertime, spring, summer, fall, and you just got to adjust. Your size, your color pattern, weight, 3/8 to maybe an ounce and a quarter. It's just
Right.
knowing. It's a confidence thing. It's like with somebody else. This is something I have a lot of confidence in now. Whereas, and I'll tell you the quick chatterbait story. So I didn't always like to throw a chatterbait because Marty Robinson in 2003 brought me one from North Carolina. He used to be my co-angler. He'd practice with me, and we was at a Everstart at Kentucky Lake, and I ended up coming in second. And Marty had brought me an original chatterbait, and it was chrome head with a firecracker skirt and one of them old cheap split tail spinnerbait trailers. And so he said, "Here, man, they've been killing these. This is for Brian Thrift." He said, "Man, they've been killing them on this thing over in the Carolinas." I said, "Okay." So I tied it on. It was during practice. I tied it on. I made about 10 casts with it, and I took it off. I bit it off and threw it on the floor. I said, "That's the biggest pile of garbage I have ever seen in my life." I said, "Who would even throw something like that?" And then about 4 years later, here comes Andy Montgomery and Brian Thrift just winning everything there is. And so now I've learned, don't never look the gift horse in the mouth. You better pick it up, and just didn't realize the potential of it. So it's become one of my favorite baits. And I throw a Hags Hurricane a lot now. I just discovered them not too long ago. It's a
Right.
whole lot easier on your wallet than paying 20 something bucks for one. So,
Oh
and
yeah, for sure.
it's been a good deal for me. So, yeah, that I would have to say a chatterbait. If I'm needing to fish, I pick a chatterbait up and I go fishing.
Yeah. Well, that's like that kind of reminds me. We had Roland Martin on, and he told us that his when Gary Yamamoto came up with the Cinco, and he got a bag of them, and he told Gary, he said, this thing looks like a pencil. They're not going to catch any kind of fish. And and then sure enough, years on down the road, uh, so he guys, he is out. Well, he's fishing a derby, but well, he's actually there. He is. Here he
Yeah,
comes.
it kicked me off. Sorry about that. Something
You're
happened. It
good. You're
kicked me
fine.
off.
You good? You good?
So I got a question. Do you still have the original chatterbait?
No, throw that thing in the garbage.
Oh man.
Why would I keep that on in my hand? That's crazy. I ain't gonna do
I
that.
know, right? I know, right? I mean, just 4 years later, they win in tournaments and stuff. Why would you want to do that?
Yeah, why
No,
would you
that's
ever want to do that? You just got anything I need to be throwing that I think's a piece of garbage? You can send it my way. I'll throw it.
So
oh
what?
man.
So the for us, we enjoy, that the wintertime bite and stuff on Chickamauga, and and for us, there's nothing better than going and throwing a crankbait during the wintertime down on Chickamauga. What is your favorite wintertime Tennessee River bait?
Man, I man, it depends what how how late or early winter are we talking? Are we talking early winter, late winter, the beginning of the pre-spawn part of winter, or what? I need to know that.
Well, let's talk about pre-spawn.
Well, that's easy. That's gonna be easy. I'm gonna have a lipless crankbait in my hand. That a lipless crankbait or a chatterbait. That's
Yeah,
an easy one. Or a jerk. I would have to now. I'm gonna have to go with the jerk bait or a lipless crankbait. That's the time of year when those big ones are first moving up or staging shallow. And there's a lot of big ones caught on a trap on a lipless crankbait. So it's always tied on my deck or late winter, early spring.
right. So yeah, that's we went out here this past pre-spawn, and that's all we had on was a lipless crankbait and then just a DT10, and we were just smacking them in the face left and right with it. So
Yeah, that's a staple.
yeah.
Yeah.
So on the Tennessee River, or even just river bodies of water, or river systems, how much is boat positioning more important or to have current?
A current in the winter.
Just period in general.
So this is a general rule of thumb on the Tennessee River. When they aren't running any water, you want to get off the river. If they're running current, you want to be on the river. And
Yeah,
what I mean by that is you want to be in a creek or something that is not as affected by the current as bad. The fish really don't. They don't really relate to the current. You know what I'm saying? Those
right,
main channel fish, they relate to the current more than the fish in the creeks do. So anytime that current's either low or non-existent, you want to be off the river. That's not saying you still can't catch them on the river, but you want to be rule of thumb. That's 95% of the time.
right.
Yeah. So I mean, so you've had some strong showings here lately, including some close calls in the top 10 finishes on the Bass Pro Tour, and what's been working well for you this season. Where do you see the biggest opportunities ahead?
Man, I don't know about opportunities ahead because we're getting ready to go to Grand, and they've been. I mean, I had my fingers crossed that it would rain a bunch for
Mhm.
Grand, so the water would come up because I didn't really want to be out offshore or dragging around. So I think, and the one that worries me the most is probably Sandusky Bay because I don't. Man, this natural lakes give me a fit, and I don't know if they're going to be a player there or not, but. Just like at Grand, if we can get some high water and some current rolling through it, it kind of fishes more like a river system than it will, like a reservoir. So
Right.
that's the one I'm looking forward to that next week because I know it's been raining really hard and it's came up like a foot. So the last
There we go.
all right.
So yeah, so Grand, so they have gotten a lot of rain over at Grand Lake.
Yeah, they've been getting pounded with that same stuff that went through. If you watch the Major League, the Tackle Warehouse Pro Circuit there at Eufaula,
Right,
all that steel is still coming through. I think it's still come through, but I know it came up a foot like yesterday, or today,
Yeah.
yesterday or today. So hopefully it'll keep pumping some water through the system.
yeah. We got a question from a guy named Chase. Said, would you rather see Bass Pro Tour have more tournaments or have them to go out west?
I'm gonna vote no on out west. Just have more tournaments because man, I've made this long without going out there. I think I'll be all right. Gas prices as high as they are anyway. I
Yeah,
know it ain't gonna get no cheaper going out there, so I just
right,
rather just have more tournaments.
right, right. So,
I don't know how many more $6,400 a tournament I could stand though, if you know what I mean.
I know what you
Yeah.
mean.
Oh yeah.
That's expensive, boys.
Yeah.
So,
That's probably not including gas and food and
No,
everything else.
no.
That's old Petro.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a,
uh,
I just bought me a diesel truck this year so I can save some money towing. Guess what?
Oh, bless your heart.
over
Yeah,
$5 a gallon.
yep. There you go. That's what happens when you
I,
decide to do something you shouldn't do. I did it. There, here
well,
we are.
I've been feeling that pinch for a while because that's what I got, and I mean, it's hard to swallow.
I think all the money I've won this year's went in diesel fuel so far.
I can believe it. I can believe it.
Yeah. So you're also you besides being known as a pro angler and stuff, you really enjoy the outdoors and being out there and going hunting and stuff. Is there a an animal and stuff that you would like to go and hunt?
Oh my gosh! Now we're talking. So I tell you what I want to do before I leave this earth. I want to shoot a big bull Yukon moose with my bow. It's just out of my price range right now. So, but that's a bucket list animal that I really would love to. It's just something about archery. I love archery hunting, and I've always wanted to kill a moose with my bow.
Heck
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Now,
I'm right there. I'm right there with you. I'm a big bow hunter too, and I love bow hunting, man. There's just something about it that just I don't know.
Dude,
I love it.
it's once you shoot a deer with a bow, it's over. I haven't shot a deer with a rifle in 20 years. It's
Oh
just
wow.
it's just I'm not knocking gun hunters. It's just
Yeah, yeah,
I enjoy bow hunting.
yeah. I do too.
now, is we I mean, do you get enough like time and stuff like that to be able to go spend in the woods or like during the off season? Because we talk to anglers and stuff that they say that they're gonna during the off season they're in the woods. Do you get that time in the woods or are you out on the water?
Well, my best friend, Shad Skank, we've been friends since I won Lake Washita. We've been best friends since, and I go to Indiana every year during the rut, and he's got a killer place for me to hunt, and I get to go. I've been to Colorado elk hunting. Me and Brad Knight went this past fall to Colorado. We did a do-it-yourself backpacking trip, and I tried. That's kind of my reset. But I mean, I don't hunt all
Yeah,
winter, but I get to I duck guided for years. I still love shooting ducks and just not really shooting ducks. I just enjoy being out there and calling ducks and just watching the birds work. I mean, I do like to shoot a few now and then, but it's just fun being out there with the guys, and it's a mental reset. You know what I mean? I'm always thinking about
Yeah,
fishing, but it's kind of like a calming. Thinking about it next season. We got some team events during that time of year, but for most part, it's just kind of it's just like a mental reset. It may not make a lot of sense to a lot of people, but it just kind of gets my mind off of fishing and kind of relaxes me. Kind of like that's why I take a guitar with me everywhere. I just started learning to play guitar like 2 years ago, and I take it with me to the tournaments, and it seems to work. When I come in at night, I just get on the guitar and I start playing, trying to learn stuff, and it keeps my mind from racing, thinking about tomorrow or the next day, or not trying to get too amped up about what's going to happen tomorrow. Just let it flow. You know what I mean?
right, right.
right. So what are some of your favorite songs you like to pick at?
Let's see. Alice in Chains, Rooster. Let's see. Cumbersome by. Uh, I'm a alternative rock guy. I love that style of music. I like all kinds, but that's probably my favorite. Just that whole 80s 90s
Hmm.
grunge era, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
that's the kind of music. I mean, that's what I like to listen to quite a bit, but I mean, I listen to everything, but I try to learn to play those type songs.
yeah, yeah.
Heck yeah.
I'm
I
not a
mean,
Merle Haggard, Johnny Cash guy, you know what I mean? It blows everybody's mind. They're like, you like country music? No, I don't like it at all. I mean, there's some things I like, the older stuff, but like Audio Slave. That's the kind of music I like.
Heck
yeah.
yeah. So you
I would have
you
said Dave Lefevre's band, but he said I'd drop me on my head when I was little, so I don't like his band anymore. He plays drums like I drive a NASCAR.
He got to talking about him playing drums and who all he was opening up for.
I
And
got to watch him play drums one time for Dylan Scott. Was it Dylan Scott? Yeah, no, not yeah, at Beaver Lake one time. In fact, was it?
cool.
Yeah. So I got to watch him play one time. And I'm not seeing him ever again after the head dropped me on my head deal.
Yeah,
He'll have to pay me to come to his show.
There you go.
He's got enough money. He's got $200,000. He can spare $100.
yeah. I mean, at least with that question, that $6,400 in just fuel, would be nice. I mean, to kind of pay it forward.
Maybe I think I should hit him up for some sponsorship next year, since he's not gonna fish anymore.
Right. So we also want to talk because this month we're doing we're calling it an MLF takeover for the Deck Talk podcast, and so we also want to talk about like the MLF, like the outreach and stuff that you have done. What was it at Red Crest where y'all had went to that school and stuff? And
at the Wolf School.
Right.
I can just tell you right now, if they had Wolf School when I was a kid, I probably wouldn't even never graduate. I just stayed in school all the time. Uncle Johnny, come on in here. Let's talk about this fishing thing some more.
That's right.
Hey, Dad, can I borrow some money? Some gas money.
So, yeah, that the outreach and stuff that they do and stuff has been, from what I have seen, have been pretty phenomenal with being able to go out and talk to the kiddos and teach them a little bit of something.
So I'm actually doing the high school fishing camp this week at Kentucky Lake for Major League Fishing, the high school fishing camp. So I done it last year and I really enjoyed it. So I told them to sign me up again this year. So I really enjoy, getting to talk with those kids, and you can see some kids really have a passion for not just the outdoors. You know what I'm saying? They enjoy it and they want to learn. And I get the same kind of questions that y'all have asked me here to say. You know what I mean? So I get to, I guess pass it on. You would say maybe, or those that can understand me. If you know what I mean?
Well, it depends on what part of the country. If they're what part of Kentucky, because some of them mountain people, we drive a truck for McKee Foods, which is Little Debbie.
And, Big Deborah.
Yeah, we unloaded about 2,700 cases last night, and so in
the
pouring rain in Western Kentucky.
How many boxes did you eat while you was unloading them?
We don't, we hardly ever eat any after smelling them all night long.
Oh.
And so, but,
that's your tail. I'm going to set on mine.
Right. So we told Laker Howe that that's where we work. And for the classic, we went and done some media work. And he said, I need you to bring me some Little Debbies. And we brought him a big old box that we figured would last probably a month or so. And he told us that it lasted 2 weeks. He messaged us back and said, hey, I need some more Little Debbies. I'm already out of them.
Listen, as much as he's working out, he don't need to be eating all that sugar. That ain't going to help him out at all. No wonder he benched 475.
I'm telling you.
That's a big old human right there.
I've been watching his little workout. He's benching. I'm like, dude, what has gotten into him? He'll pick his daddy up and throw him for 100 yards.
And Little Debbie's just what got into it.
His daddy was threatening to whoop him and say, Dad, don't make me pick you up and throw you across the room.
I'll bend you over my knee now.
Yeah.
You better watch out.
You better think twice about that bending. I got 2 arms. I'll do some folding. That's what he'll say.
And I think his arms are about 10 foot long. I mean, he's got some of the longest arms I believe I've
His
ever
his
seen.
arms his arms bigger than my leg is.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, man! He's a big old human. He's a big old human. And
Yeah.
and when to look at his dad, and when you're thinking, how in the world, where did this come from? I mean,
I think he gets it from his mama's side.
yeah.
Just kidding, Robin. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Oh, wait.
But so for all the weekend warriors and the aspiring tournament anglers listening in, and what's one key piece of advice you could tell us
Oh,
that you early in your career that helped
this
you?
is the easiest question I ever been asked, and the older I get, the more it becomes true. Never let anybody steal your joy, no matter what it is. Whether it's
There you go.
fishing, don't listen to doc talk. Don't anybody. People put you down. It doesn't matter if you love to bass fish. If you don't care if you spend $2,000, it's none of their business. If you enjoy doing it, you do it.
Yeah,
As long as it ain't affecting your family's outcome or whatever, do it. I mean, it's just money. You know what I mean? It's just money, and you better enjoy this life while you're here. God put us on this earth to enjoy it and to treat one another with love and kindness and look after our fellow man. And the older I get, the more I see it's life. That's the bottom line. If you like catching bluegill, you spend every moment catching as many bluegills you can. It's just that's what it is. If you have a passion for tournament fishing, you tournament fish. I don't care if you finish dead last every time. You keep doing it because you're going to win one of these days. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So just enjoy what you do.
Yeah.
That's
That
it.
is.
yeah,
That's life. Period.
yeah,
No matter
yeah,
if you're a mop pusher at the school, enjoy life. Let people see that you enjoy life. That's the
Yeah.
whole key.
Well, and if you do that and then put into play what your dad said is life's too short, and you don't want to regret it. You'll regret it if you don't ever try it, and just go and
But
give a hundred
there's going to
percent.
be somebody sitting here watching this podcast that's 15, 16 years old. When I say it's going to go, I was the same guy 25, 26 years ago. Life will pass you by in a blink. And, I never thought I'd even make it to where I'm at as old as I am now. But, man, if I died tomorrow, I can tell you this. I have enjoyed every minute of it. I've lived 3 lifetimes. You know what I'm saying? So I got to
oh
do
yeah,
what I love to do. And the good Lord, and that's the other thing, dude. You put the good Lord first, you'll have no problems. You have some struggles in life, but guess what? You know where you're going, and this is just gravy right here, boys.
Heck
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And that's just one of many reasons why we do the podcast is just because it's guys like you that can inspire a young lad to get out there and do what they want to do, and because I'm sure there's a lot of negative feedback that he's receiving, and but it's for guys like y'all that we really turn to that can make a difference, and has made a difference in our younger generation. If just like you said, if you want to go fish, go fish. It don't matter. It just don't matter. If you want to hunt, hunt. If you want to do it all, if you want to be a jack of all trades, by golly, go do it. Just go do
That's
it.
it. You don't want to look back on your life and go, I wished I would have tried that. Because guess
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
It's too late then. It's too
Yeah. Oh
late.
yeah. Yeah. And
So
and life, it goes by quick. It
it
goes by
does
quick.
very fast.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Uh,
has your sidekick caught him more?
Well, he lost one and caught one. He put one in the box. Now Jackson's up here. He's on the phone. I don't. What are you watching, Jackson? You watching Bugs Bunny? No, I think he's watching. Are you playing Minecraft? No, he's not playing Minecraft. He doesn't say. I don't know what he's doing. He's in deep thought. He ain't out of that phone. We brought him along with us tonight. Mama was gone somewhere, so Taylor brought him with us.
Hey,
heck
there ain't
yeah.
nothing wrong with that. There ain't nothing wrong with
No,
that at
nothing at
all.
all.
Uh-uh. Yeah, especially put a pole in his hand. He might catch the bigger one.
Well, he has, but I don't think it's going to count if he catches. There ain't no way we're going in saying Jackson caught the big fish tonight. It wasn't us.
Yeah.
There you go.
Now, is there a lake that every time that you have gone to it that has just had your number?
Man, I tell you, I think Sandusky Bay might be it. I mean, I catch them, but I just don't catch enough to catch a check there. I would say Florida, Okeechobee used to be it, but I got a love hate relationship with Okeechobee. One time I go there and I look like I really know what I'm doing, and the next time it looks like I don't even know how to fish. So it's them natural lakes that give me problems. I just
Yeah.
it's just fish till you find where the fish is at, and then all of a sudden they just leave one day, and you just don't know why. You can't track them.
Right.
We need the net. Dang, we bowed up on. I thought I was fixing to have to get the net on that one. God strike. God strike.
Yeah.
So, when you're going to a new body of water, how do you break the lake down and to know where you're wanting to start out, or to even just to go and find the places too that you're wanting to fish?
So Google Earth has a lot to do with that now. Like you get on, you search Google Earth, and you kind of get a layout of what the lake looks like. But I'm trying to find an area that suits my style of fishing, and that's my suggestion to anybody. You just got to find, if you like to flip, chatterbait, whatever, you got to find that section of the lake that conforms to the way you like to fish, and then after that, I go to Plan B and Plan C. What typically works? What's the typically what that time of year on that lake? What's the predominant pattern? How's tournaments won? And even if I'm not good at it, I still go. That's my in my back pocket. And then I may start out trying to do that during a tournament. If it don't work, I fall back on what I went and done before. Like looking for the
Yeah.
thing that suits my style of fishing.
Yeah.
Now we know that you like to throw chatterbait. We know you like your tubes, and you jerk baits. But what is the one plastic that if you're reaching in the bag or you're reaching in the box that you're grabbing and in the technique?
Oh, plastic.
Yeah. Plastic.
Yeah,
That's
plastic.
that's gonna be a. It's either gonna be I'm gonna have two because I can't narrow it down to one. It's gonna be a Z hog or a tube, something I can flip. A Zoom Z hog, either in a junior or senior, or a tube, a 4-inch tube. That's my go to thing, just because that's what I used to love to do, and it's kind of nobody does it anymore. Nobody flips a tube anymore. It's amazing how many people you can go behind and catch one on a tube. So it's just something different. I ain't seen it in a long time, and it still works.
So say that's been probably one of my nemesis right there. I mean, it is. I don't know what it is. I have fished with a tube,
Mm-hmm.
and I always wanted to try, to do well with a tube, but a tube to me is just like I don't know, man. I have a hard time throwing a tube. So how do you? I mean, what? I know you're confident in it, and you've been doing it for a
So
long
it
time.
it all depends on the time of year it is. Like if it's early in the spring, like if it's early
Mhm.
spring, I'm gonna put a 1/4 ounce weight on it, or a 5/16, and as it warms up, I'm gonna go to a 3/8 or even a 1/2 ounce sometimes. But it's when early in the spring, you want something falling slow. It's got a little bit of a glide to it. Like to me, a tube looks like a molten crawfish. Like it's
Yeah.
molted, it's soft, Um, it's falling, and I don't peg my. I mean, I'll peg my. Whether it's an aggressive bite or a finessey bite. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never will forget a buddy of mine. He's like, we fished a it was the Tim Irwin tournament here, this Food City. The Boys and Girls Club tournament. Tim Irwin puts on every year, and we're he goes, man, he's all just a small 6 pounds in the boat that day and won the tournament. We won the tournament on a tube. He goes, I ain't never caught big ones on a tube before. I said, it's because you don't throw it, you don't leave it in your hand. It's a
Yeah.
very effective big fish bait.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like, especially being down in the South, the tube gets overlooked real quick on especially any kind of body water in the South.
Yeah. It's everybody is always puts a jig on or something like that. Like I'm gonna put a jig on, which jig gets bites, but when they really ain't biting a jig, like it's bulky, they'll bite a tube.
Yeah.
See,
So
I've always had a tube in my box, or within close proximity, but I don't know, man. I've always had a hard time just
I'm gonna
picking
I'm
that
gonna I'm
tube
gonna give
up.
you I'm gonna give you a tip on color.
All
You
right,
ready? It's a
yeah,
big secret.
all right.
Green pumpkin.
I knew that was coming.
It's a big secret. Green pumpkin.
Well, I ain't gonna
Don't
lie,
tell
you had
nobody.
me hooked. You had me hooked. I was
No,
ready.
I will tell you this though. I'll tell you a hook that I've been using for the last probably, golly bum, for since they've been making it is uh and I a lot of people don't do this either. I use a Trocar TK190 hook. It's a Kales type hook, and I think Charles Grigsby first came out with like an HP hook in the Eagle Claw series with a clip on it. It's basically the same hook, but it's that laser or surgically sharpened trocar
Mhm.
point.
yeah,
And I snail everything I flip soft plastics. I snail it. I tie a snail knot.
right.
It just seems like you get a lot more better hookups with a snail knot than you do just tying a regular knot to the eye.
Now, are you when you throw that tube? Are you throwing it with like a 7 foot, a 7.2, and with a casting?
7.6 was a make after 7.6, nothing short of 7.6.
Okay, all right.
And I got a 765 Highlander and 765 FBR, which stands for a swim bait rod, but it's the perfect rod. It's got a little bit of tip, but it's got a lot of backbone in it. It's perfect for flipping soft plastic. I probably, any time of the day, I probably got 4 of those rods on deck, plus with 4 chatterbait rods. So
Oh
it's
yeah.
always on the deck.
Yeah. So, well, we're going to. We got a few more questions, and then we'll let you get out there ripping some lips. But one of the questions, we're going to have the Nut Brothers coming on.
Oh no, not the Nut Brothers.
Yeah, so the deck talk is going
Oh,
to
do
get
I get to
going.
ask the question that Dave Lefebvre asked me?
You get to
Yes.
ask a
Yes.
Oh,
question.
I done got my question as soon as you said Nut Brothers. No, I got it.
All right, I'm ready.
All
I
right,
love it.
all
I
right.
love
Here you
it.
go. How many girls have you tricked going out with them, swapping
Yeah.
You got that?
one and pretend to be Dylan, the other and pretend to be Carter?
Yeah.
I want the honest answer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
Well,
good one right there.
and so when we get them to answer that, then I'll make sure that I send you their answer. So, because
All right, all right.
I guarantee you, it's probably been a few of them. I'm a twin myself, but
Here we go.
my twin sister's got more facial hair than me. So,
Oh Lord have mercy! Don't talk like that. Man,
So
that's not cool.
what he just said is that her coconuts are bigger than his.
Ooh, they're not bigger than Nut Brothers. I can guarantee you that.
Well, hey, wouldn't that be a perfect slogan right there?
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
but
Lord.
Hey, they walked into the tournament thing the other day, wrapped in Saran wrap. You know what they said?
what's that?
We can clearly see your nuts.
So,
I bet the camaraderie there around the around y'all's meetings and stuff like that is just so. It's just I couldn't imagine because I know I was in the military, man. We was always cutting up, carrying on. I couldn't imagine
I'm gonna
what it was
give you
like.
one quick story before I go, and this is probably the funniest story in the history of stories. And I shouldn't tell this on him, but it's a funny story. So we're at Champlain. It's me, me and Suggs used to travel together, and we're at that college gymnasium or whatever. They got them old seats. He said it was cool, plastic hard seats.
Mhm.
You could rip your fingers on, make that brr, brr noise.
All right.
Oh, Suggs is sitting beside me. He goes, man, my belly's tearing me up. Well, I just reached over and I goosed him. Well, when I did, he went. Dude, you could have heard it. You could have heard it outside. That's how loud it was. And I never will forget this woman looked at him and said, well, excuse you. And then Bill Taylor called us out and said, boys, you need to settle down.
Oh man, this is great.
That's
The
funny.
whole, the whole, the whole 200 boat field turned around, looked at Suggs, and he's as red as my shirt is.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about right there. Just having a good time. Just,
Yeah.
Oh, it's
just
good times
you.
around me. I guarantee you that. If you got thin skin, you don't want to hang around me. That's all
Yeah,
I gotta
well,
say. Cause
that's the way it is with us. I
Yeah.
mean, look,
well,
there's not
that's
enough words in somebody's vocabulary to offend me. I'm telling you that right now. I mean,
I grew up Buzz Strader. You're right. They ain't no. I'm good.
yeah, because I'm gonna throw it back at you. Let's just hope you is as tough. So I mean, we're gonna go at it. But hey, that's what it's about. Just having good times, being around your buddies, and just having fun and stuff like that. But before we go, I want to do. We've changed a little thing up here on the podcast. We used to do the salute to valor at the beginning, but we decided we wanted to do it at the end. So today's salute to valor is none other than one of our great buddies that we get the honor and privilege to work with there, little Debbie. But Sergeant Brandon Brooks, he's a great guy, man. I mean, he's about 10 foot tall and probably as mean and as gentle, as mean as a striped snake, but as gentle as a teddy bear. But I mean, he's a great dude. But Sergeant Brandon Brooks, he was with the Marine Corps. He was a 3531 transportation operator. He served 4 years and had one deployment in the OIF. And Sergeant Brandon, we appreciate you, man. We thank you. We salute you, and our hats goes off to you. And we will see you at work hopefully pretty soon because we got a coin for you. But thank you again for your sacrifice and your service for 4 years. I mean, I know you're proud of it, and hey, we're extremely proud of you for dedicating your life for us because without men and women like you guys, I mean, we can't do what we do.
Yeah. It looks like he's grabbing the net.
Uh oh. What we got? Looky there.
Here, show it. It's a giant.
Oh man, nothing but bigs.
Nothing but bigs.
So we have one last question that we ask everybody that comes on, and we're not going to leave you out on it, brother.
No way.
So if you could have one person in the boat with you that could be still with us or have passed on, who would that person be, and why would you want them on the boat?
Has passed on. Golly, Bummy put me on the spot. Oh, easy. Aaron Martins. Easy.
Mm-hmm.
Easy.
Now,
That guy was just, man, he was a. It's a good thing we didn't have forward face when Aaron Martins was around because nobody would have
he,
won nothing
oh,
because
You're not the
that
first
dude
one to
was
say
so in tune. I think he had gills. You know what I mean? Like
oh
just
yeah,
that.
for sure. I'd bring Aaron Martins back in a millisecond because that it was one. Not just was he a great fisherman, but he was a great dude. He'd always say, "Man, I love you, bro." And I never heard him say anything bad about anybody. You know what I mean? You get all this gossip out here, and you never heard him talk bad about anybody. He's just, dude, he was high on life, man. It was just a great dude, man. Great dude. I mean, there's other guys I'd bring back, but that's the one that just, left us way too early, dude. Just way too early. That's the one.
Well, and the thing is, and you're not the only person to say, Aaron, but he. I mean, I think you're 100% right. Anything that was finesse fishing and stuff, the forward facing sonar would have fit right into his wheelhouse, and he would definitely be taking names and taking a lot of money.
Oh yeah, he would have, for sure.
So, but Wesley, brother, man, thank you so much for coming on, and we appreciate you doing the podcast and not and letting us be able to take an hour out of your time to when you could have been out there catching some fish, and so we deeply appreciate it, and
I just apologize for getting interrupted a couple of times there, but I didn't put my phone on do not disturb, and it happens every time. So sorry about that, but thanks for letting me be on the show. I'd love to be on it again. I appreciate you guys.
Oh, brother, hey, anytime you're more welcome. Anytime we got your contact, so hey, anytime.
Make sure I get the nut brother answers. Is all I'm going to say.
Yeah, you definitely get it. Trust me, you'll definitely get it. You'll get the answer.
Well, real quick, do you think the answer to that question is going to be in double digits?
I think Melba and Alice have got secrets they need to tell us that's out there. Melba and Alice or Tracy or Sharon. We need them to phone in and give us the real lowdown on the Nut Brothers. Espionage.
Heck yeah. So, but guys, thank y'all for coming on and tuning in, and we're looking forward to the rest of this month with the MLF takeover, and so look forward tune in to when we have the Nut Brothers coming on, and guys, we hope that you have a blessed day. And guys, remember, God loves you as if you're the only person in this world to love. And we'll see you later, guys.
See you, brother. Have a good one. Good luck out there.